conversation with a awakened heart. And I think of Pankaj, I think of just this unrelenting soul who's in the pursuit of truth. So welcome, Pankaj.
Thank you.
Just take it.
Yeah.
This will still have to stand. Oh, okay. That's screwed on here. I see. So, was anybody here last time I spoke? Okay. And the time before that? Okay, so good. So, a little review for the people who weren't here. So the first time I came a few months back when we talked about the topic of perfect health. And what Christian Larson says in his book, Perfect Health, is that our mind is like a mirror. And imagine on the mirror you have all these smudges and blemishes, right? And all these smudges or blemishes are what we get to, will come up against in life, right? And how do we clean the mirror so that only the inner light is what shines forth? And that's what we more and more experience, rather than the smudges and blemishes that we've accumulated because of the impressions. We've been impressed by the external world. Our minds have been impressed upon by these ideas. You believe that your body is a physical body, when in reality your body is a spiritual body, because everything is spiritual. And so just that one shift alone, and you start thinking about your body as a spiritual body instead of a physical body. Even right now, as you're starting to think about it, it's starting to change the way your body is vibrating. It's starting to change the way you feel. You experiencing that or no? You notice that? Just by the thought itself or the realization that your body is spirit starts to open the door. The energy starts to move in a different way because there's a shift in consciousness. And as soon as you start thinking along that vibration, you start to tune into something else. You're going from a third dimensional being, or like everybody else, the quote unquote normal thing, to as I am lifted up, I will draw all unto me. You expand vibrationally. Your body takes on a new resonance, a new frequency. So today is really an upgrade. Are you ready for an upgrade in consciousness? Because that's what we're offering today.
Yes.
Upgrade. So your consciousness is like your operating system, right? For all you IT guys. So we're gonna upgrade that operating system. So all the apps and stuff may not work for a little, perfectly. Might be a little out of balance, but they'll be okay. Because they'll need to be upgraded too, to match the operating system.
You're coming back to do that, right?
Yeah, we'll be back. But you can handle it. Everything everything I'm giving to you, you can do yourself. I'm just a reminder. I'm just like you. I'm just like everybody else on the journey. So what we do together, it's just that when we do it together, it becomes more powerful than me even sitting in a room doing it by myself. Because there's a constant, it's like cells of the battery. Battery cells come to accumulate, the energy gets stronger. So just imagine ourselves as each battery cells coming together, creating a collective mind and a collective energy through our individual energy and consciousness. So what Christian Larson says is, in order to remove the blemishes, you have to enter into the spirit. You have to go beyond an intellectual understanding and enter into the spirit of truth. So that's what we're going to practice today, entering into the spirit. There's many ways to do it. There's no one way. I'm just offering you a sample, and really invite you to find your own ways to enter into the spirit of truth. But the spirit of truth, that vibrational frequency of perfect health and perfect life or whatever, it's already there. We don't create it. We're just tuning into it. We're just awakening to it. And as you do this, as I've been doing this, what I notice more and more is that there's so many holding places in our body. There's all these holdings, and they're really mental holdings. They're really mental ideas. There's so much stuff that we've been impressed upon. As you start to tune in, you start coming up against those blemishes, those smudges on the mirror. And if you can be in tune with the spirit, right? As you enter into the spirit, and you're connecting with the spirit, as well as those areas where there's tightness, where there's heaviness, where there's whatever, then those areas start to transmute, right? We start to transmute those blocked areas or whatever it is that's coming up. As you start because one of the reasons why people don't sit still and meditate and do stuff like, because they don't want to come up against their own stuff. So we create all kinds of distractions to not face who we are or what we have. But if you just shine the light of awareness on it, it changes, it dissipates. The quantum physicists say that the observer changes that which is observed, right? So as you shine it, but if you shine it with the connection to your spirit self, your divine self, then it's even, there's nothing that it can't, transform. There's unlimited power to transform. And what I'm noticing now more and more as I do these same exercises that I've done years ago, that there's so much more power available. There's so much more, it's so much easier. There's so much more possibility where things that before would just be like unmovable, unstoppable. Now there's just this awareness of this unmovable, infinite energy that's there. That once you realize that, then the stuff that seems so big or unmovable just dissolves because it's really nothing in truth anyway. So it's the other thing I want to say before we get into this is that everything in the world is totally opposite to what I'm saying. And to what Christian Larson is saying in the book. And so there's this world thought, right? And then there's what this absolute truth teaching, which is like totally foreign to anything that the world has impressed upon your mind in terms of no sickness and perfect health, right? So there's, and what he talked about in the reading is there's a departure where more and more as you shift more and more to the spirit of truth and entering into that spirit of truth itself becomes like a dissolving agent, starts to dissolve these smudges, these world consciousness beliefs. And so that external impressions, less and less, they don't stick on you as much. You become more transmutable. They just move through you. You're not, you're going through the same, you're seeing something different. You see what I'm saying? So, I know I'm repeating the same things, but I'm just teaching, just touching upon all the different bases, so we get into this. So, today we're just going to go ahead and how much time do we have left, just so I know?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. So we'll take about 15 minutes probably for this. So that's great. We have plenty of time. So invite you to just come into your own, empty your laps, close your eyes. So we're just going to take time to relax, turn inward. What I like to always do is first initially is be with the breath, because the breath is always in the now. You can't breathe in the past, you can't breathe in the future, you can only breathe now. And breath is so synonymous with spirit in many languages and indigenous cultures, breath and spirit. So as your focus is inward, and you're breathing, with each inhale you're experiencing this expansion, the receptivity to light. And with each exhale you're just letting go, relaxing, giving yourself permission to let go even more. And now just focus inward onto the spirit. Feel the presence of spirit wherever you feel it, in the body, around the body. Just sense and tune into spirit. It's right where you are. Allow yourself to go deeper into that spirit, to that feeling of spirit. That's all we're going to do is just soak in spirit. Enter into the spirit of truth. You can just turn that music down. Come unto me, all ye that labor, and I will give you rest. Come unto the Spirit. Just rest. Feel the spirit flowing in and through the body, physical body. Knowing that it's really a spiritual body, it's the spirit body. And at the very center of your spine, imagine a channel of light, like a tube light coming on from the crown of your head to the base of your spine. Just feel this dancing energy at the very center of your being. And invite this divine self to fill consciousness, to dissolve any ideas that are ready to go, any concepts, any impressions that you've received in this life and in other lives. And also acknowledge that that we're supported and assisted by beings of high light and vibration, assisting in making that connection to your divine self, your inner self, stronger, more palpable than ever. When the mind wanders, just bring it back to that feeling of spirit inside of you. With each moment, you're just surrendering more and more to this divine spirit within yourself. Offering any area of your life that seems stuck, blocked. Any feelings, impressions that come up, allow them to just rise and flow. And keep that connection to that inner self, spirit self. It's the Father within that does the work. You don't have to do anything. And then bring your awareness to the third eye, the area between the eyebrows, the command center. From here, we're going to speak to the cells of our bodies. We're going to ask the cells of our bodies to release the past. There's just a soft, gentle releasing that's happening now as the Spirit is continually assisting you. Letting go of the past. Letting go of the past, we're letting go of karmic patterns, unprocessed life experiences. Anything that everything is just no longer needed. Letting go. Trusting the process, letting go. And focusing inward at the center and feeling that radiance of light within shine through, radiate through everything. Notice that as you become a radiation of light, a radiation of the Spirit, your energy starts to grow stronger and clearer. gently just come back to the breath. Where we started in the beginning. Just be with the breath, breathing in, breathing out. Maybe wiggle your hands and toes a little bit. Come back into the body, the spirit body. Gently stretch. And wake up like you're waking up from a nice deep sleep. Any questions? So the technique is simple. The thing is, we're so complicated people that stuff that's real simple we don't do, because it's just too damn simple. And it's sitting and just turning inward, having that intention to feel the spirit and just soak into it and let that energy come forth. Here's another exercise that I came upon this morning. Not this morning, a few days back. Bring your awareness into your right hand, right? And just by bringing your awareness there, you start feeling sensation, right? Energy starts accumulating, prana, life force, right? Now pour from your right hand into your left hand. Send the energy, pour it. Just pouring infinite energy. It doesn't stop unless you stop it. And send your hand outward. Just all the deities in India and stuff, they're always sending out hands like this, and they're sending out blessings of energy. So again, back to your hand, and just pour it. You can pour from the other hand, right? You feel the energy stream, right? Now check this out. Now feel a big ball between your hands, and let the energy build between your hands. And then take this ball of light and energy and bring it to your head. And stand up for this, I'm sorry. Bring it to your head. And as you roll it through your body, even if you don't bring your hands all the way, you can feel it just clearing from your head all the way down. Very slowly, and bring it to the feet. It can be rolling and twisting and twirling as you're rolling it down, and it can roll it back up. Don't you just feel lighter just doing that? Feel it? They created these rollers now, right? You can create an instant roller. It's free too. I can't even charge you for it, damn it. And then, right, check this out. And then with your hands, just start splashing the energy around a little bit, dusting yourself off even more. And you can even do this while driving, right? And dust off your car, and then dust off cars around you while you're driving. I mean, it's immediate. Thank you so much for that. So when I share that exercise, when you get in touch with that stuff, you get in touch with infinite energy. The energy is infinite. It's like a waterfall of light and energy that's infinite. You get to intend it. You get to send it. You get to work with it. You get to play with it. You get to have fun with it. And there's no limit to what you can and can't do with it. And as you start settling in there, your body takes on a whole different frequency. And we get so caught up in what perfect health's supposed to look like and all that stuff, and then that stuff's got to go out the window. All these images of what we have is impressions from the outside telling us what some stuff is supposed to be and look like. But as we sense the more and more the spirit of truth, all that stuff just starts to little by little dissolve. And then you're like Mr. Magoo. You're walking around, stuff all over is falling apart. The world's going to hell in a handbasket, but you're cool. And not only are you cool, but you're being of world service. You're being a beneficial presence to the planet and to the race, because you're resonating a higher frequency into the consciousness, and you're lifting others. You're lifting the planet. Because if I am lifted up, I'll draw all unto me. Thank you so much for today.